Trigger warning. Ghosts, ghouls, and gruesome stuff ahead. It's weird, it's dark, it's your kind of vibe.
Welcome to Haunted and Homicidal, the podcast where true crime meets the paranormal. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Courtney. Every week we uncover the terrifying, the twisted, and the totally unexplainable. Lock your doors and grab your sage.
Because things are about to get haunted and homicidal. Hey, girls.
What's up?
We are still waiting to be able to announce what we need to announce. So sorry if you guys are waiting. We're waiting too. We know what's going on. We're just kind of...
We're getting it all finalized.
We're getting it all finalized and put together the way it needs to be. So just bear with us. I promise the very fucking second we know about it, we're going to talk about it. I promise. Last 2 weeks were rough. I know. Manson was a rough one. Probably not as bad as some of the other ones that we've talked about.
No.
But still bad. He's just more popular, I guess, because, you know, he was murdering famous people, not just random citizens that nobody knew or cared about, or prostitutes, or, sex workers. But it is what it is, you know. So it's rough. So let's go ahead and just jump into today's episode. It's not dangerous.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we'll just go ahead and jump into today's episode. It's also going to be long, so sorry for your ear holes, but you guys literally chose this, so you're sacrificing, what is it called? Self-infliction. This is self-infliction.
Self-inflicted.
Not too.
So, my paranormal is based... So, my best friend picked this out. She lives in Michigan. Little traitor.
Michigan.
She left me. So, she picked this place that I'm going to talk about.
Okay.
She left me from Michigan. So.
Well, let's just say thank you, Kim.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Kimberly.
I mean, for the leaving Courtney, I guess.
What?
And what?
It's
what I want. Kim, our GhostTube is talking for you. Okay.
It's in the past.
Yeah, it's in the past. See, the GhostTube knows what's up. Kim, look, our ghosts are fighting for you, bruh. They're on your side.
Okay. So I'm doing the Holley Hotel.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk about all the history first. So in 1863, the first. You commanded alrighty then.
He's like, hurry the fuck up.
In 1863, the first railroad tracks to reach. I said correct.
Okay.
To reach Holley were those of the Detroit and Milwaukee line, later joined by the Flint and Holley Railroad line, founded by Henry Crapo. A modest 2-story wood building called the Washington House occupied the corner where the Holley Hotel presently stands. More than 25 trains pass through Holley each day, bringing it passengers, railroaders, freight, and transients into the village and the saloons that line Martha and Broad Streets.
Not likely. You're welcome.
Okay.
Chill.
Killed?
Oh, that's a chill.
No, it said killed. Who'd you kill?
Or maybe they were killed.
It's outside.
Yes, my brother is outside. Thank
Despicable.
you. Well,
Apparently your brother's just...
he can.
They're active today. Okay, so recent free-for-all brawls typically left so many injured that Martha Street was dubbed Battle Alley by the locals, a name that remains today.
Oh, wow.
So civic and social groups utilized the hotel while train original line drawing Holley Hotel travelers and salesmen used the public rooms for meets and demonstrations.
Okay.
You're foolish. Sunday dinner at the hotel was a formal event for locals and visitors alike, usually preceded by performance at Bard's Opera House 1 block south.
Okay.
The historic Holley Hotel is a domestically scaled 3-story gabled hip-roofed red brick Queen Anne style structure.
Oh, that's a lot of words to describe a house.
There are two equally... Yeah. Yeah. There are two equally important There are two equally important facades, a long north elevation facing Battle Alley and a narrow, and a narrow east elevation facing the railroad tracks on Broad Street. The transition... Mischa! You want a cashew?
You want to bite?
She turned real quick. You want a cashew?
Come here.
In the dark.
Come here.
In the dark.
You want? Look. Here. She's not going to eat it right now. Come here, baby. No, come here. Come here. I'm going to eat it if you don't come here.
Me, you want to bite?
Do you bite?
The transition from the domed hip roof north elevation is accomplished by means of a 3-story helmet-domed octagonal corner tower.
A lot of words to describe a house. What is happening here?
Well, if you look it up, it's really cute. It's really pretty.
What's it called?
Abused Holley Hotel, which is the most architectural distinctive feature of the building. And then a Tuscan column porch shelters the main entrance. On the north facade is a 1913 replacement of the original 1891 porch, which burned.
Okay, that is cute. Come here.
It's okay.
Devil.
Yes.
The interior is elegantly finished with custom millwork, tin ceilings, and plaster walls dating from the 1913 appearance. Was the hub of social activity in the early 1900s.
Okay.
Is significant for its prominent role in the social life of
Are
Holley.
you scared?
No, not yet.
Why would we be scared?
Now, when she starts talking about ghost children, we might have a problem. Oh my god.
And as an example of the rapidly vanishing railroad hotels once so common in American small towns, with so many trains stopping in Holley each day, the bars and saloons that line Martha Street were the scenes of lusty brawls and battles almost daily, hence why they renamed it Battle Alley. Because so many people were injured in the fights.
Yeah, that's wild.
So on August 29th, 1908, Carrie Nation visited the hotel, and that caused tremendous notoriety because she and her pro-temperance supporters invaded the town, clubbing patrons of the Holley Hotel with their umbrellas. Whack. Whack.
I'm gonna umbrella you.
The painting of the flimsy-clad lady above the bar unleashed further wrath, and Carrie began smashing whiskey bottles with her trademark axe.
What the fuck?
Miss Nation, she's an old lady too. Like, you look, she's an old ass lady. Miss Nation was appalled at the attitude of the hotel proprietor when he refused to condemn the drinking habits of the locals that patronized the Holley Hotel's very large bar. Her misguided and destructive actions prompted the owner to have her arrested and lodged in the local jail.
Wait, so he is a business owner and he is not restricting their guests from drinking, so he's making money, and this lady is like, no, you're allowing your people to drink way too fucking much, so I'm gonna smash this shit with axes and umbrellas.
Yeah, she's like, you need to, like, she don't want them like drinking like at all.
And who was she?
Just some little freaking old lady.
Like, no reason to be the way she was.
With her pro-temperance supporters. Yeah, they just came in that town and just started whacking people with umbrellas and hitting whiskey bottles with her axe. Just cranky old lady.
Dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, Mischa's a dog.
Yeah.
Governor Warner used Carrie Nation's incarceration as a political reason to visit Holley and address the townspeople. Today, the Holley Hotel celebrates Nation's visit each year. War? Okay.
She's trying to give you more if you would be patient.
Yeah. It's war.
Oh, war. Yeah, they had war. Kind of.
Visit each year with a celebration of her visit with special menus, a reenactment of her visit, and of course, specifically reduced prices on alcoholic beverages.
Wait, so they reenact her walking around smacking people with umbrellas and smashing whiskey bottles with axes. That's great. Okay. I would be down for that. That's great.
And they reduced message. Okay. What's the message? And they reduced price on alcohol beverage.
Okay. I mean, I don't see how that fits in, but okay.
Because she has such an issue with alcohol. They're like, we're going to make it
cheaper so you can have more of it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that still doesn't make sense if they're quote unquote honoring her actions, but whatever. It's a good way to make money.
Yeah, it's just a joke for them.
I would laugh.
And then, so John H. Hearst was the first proprietor of the Holley Hotel, crowning his massive structure as the Hearst House. He boasted hot water, heat, and elegantly appointed rooms, highlighted by his well-staffed and very cosmopolitan dining room.
Wait, so his selling point was like, we have hot water here?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the first fire happened January 19th in 1913.
Okay.
And then exactly 65 years to the date and to the hour,
oh, no.
it burned again on January 19th, 1978.
Oh, wow. I want, like, were any of these, like,
Blue. What's blue?
intentional? Were they intentionally set?
Not that I found.
Okay.
They just happened.
That's wild.
Damage was estimated at $550,000, and the last significant architectural link to the 1800s was being considered for demolition.
Oh, okay.
An aggressive and 2-year renovation began in 1978, with painstaking detail to drawings from 1891 and from personal accounts of local historians.
Okay.
The ongoing restoration of the hotel had been a labor of love. Each piece of wood...
I'm listening.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Okay, so shut up.
Yeah.
Each piece of wood, railing, molding, tile, and glass, which could be salvaged from the 1970s... He won't leave. Yes, he won't leave. Yes, I wish he would.
Not feeling well. Manifest.
And manifested, apparently.
Message for you. It was an accident.
That's
Angry.
wild. Yeah, I would have been angry too.
It's cold.
Maybe. Yeah, it is kind of cold in here, actually.
I want to leave.
Bye.
Damage was estimated at $550,000, and the last significant architectural link to the 1800s was being considered for demolition.
Okay.
An aggressive and 2-year renovation began in 1978 with painstakingly detailed to drawings from 1891 and from personal accounts of local historians. The ongoing restoration, plausible, okay, of the hotel has been a labor of love. Each piece of wood, railing, molding, tile, and glass, which could be salvaged from the 1978 fire, has been reincorporated
It's impossible.
Yeah.
reincorporated into the decor. The original stair railing, which once led to the upper stories, has been converted to serve as a railing on the main floor bar.
I do.
Okay.
Shut up for one so I can talk, damn it. The back bar was reconstructed from materials.
Impossible.
Clearly, it's impossible for you to shut up. which were formerly in Detroit's original Cunningham's drugstore. Each doorway and arch has been carefully refitted into new entrances, allowing access to the present 3 main floor dining rooms and 2 private banquet rooms.
Okay.
On February 8, 1980, the Holley Hotel was entered into the National Register of Historic Places of the U.S. The Holley Hotel is among an elite group of properties that has had continual food service in 3 centuries.
Okay.
And then in September 1992, the hotel was selected by the George Bush Campaign Committee.
Close.
Not even close.
It was not selected. Thank you.
As the only dinner location during President and Mrs. Bush's Michigan Whistle Stop campaign.
Okay.
Give what back? Every state governor since 1979 has dined at the hotel. The hotel has had okay. The hotel has had its share of celebrity visits. Joel Grey was
Exactly.
Will you shut up, please? I'm trying to talk. Joel Grey was quoted in the New York Times that the Holley Hotel, quote, was as good as any 4-star New York restaurant. The Detroit Red Wings have graced the hotel with a Stanley Cup visit following their championship years. Professional ghost hunters have documented the hotel as a spirited location, and our spirits are featured every year during our October event. In December, the hotel comes alive with the spirit of Christmas with our old-fashioned Christmas celebration, complete with characters from Dickens' A Christmas Carol, Christmas teas, and an elegant 18th century Victorian feast. And then the Wall Street Journal recognized the hotel as one of the most, quote, authentic Victorian destinations for dining at Christmas.
Okay.
So it's family owned and operated. And it's one of the few remaining large restaurants that continues to be family owned and operated.
Okay.
And it's
just in the area, or
yeah.
Okay.
And it's owned by George and Chrissy. If I butchered his last name, I apologize. Cutlenios. In 1983, only 2 professional comedy clubs existed in the state of Michigan when they opened the Holley Hotel Comedy Club in the lower level of the hotel.
Okay.
Since that time, local comedian Soupy... Assuredly, okay. Local comedian Soupy Sales and Tim Allen have joined...
Soupy?
Jacket. What jacket? Have joined with national acts such as Pat Paulson, Bill Mayer, Judy Tenuta, Jackie Vernon, and hundreds of others for weekly performances.
Okay.
And then in 1987, they began the Holley Hotel Dining Club, which offers loyal customers everyday discounts, complimentary dinners, comedy club passes, preferred reservations, private party invitations, and more.
Okay.
And then in 2015, the hotel was selected as the exclusive caterer for outdoor events at Red Riding Hood Stables, a 60-acre working thoroughbred horse farm.
Okay.
The farm can accommodate up to 200 guests and is considered one of the most significant private... Why are you hurt? Most significant private locations for outdoor weddings, private events, and social gatherings.
Because London said no, no, thank you. I don't want to come in here.
London hurt his feelings.
London hurt his feelings.
All right, okay. So now, talk about the ghosts.
Okay.
So Norman Gauthier, a professor of parapsychology and a world-renowned ghostbuster, came to the hotel in 1989 and declared the abode loaded with spirits.
Okay.
Since then, yearly visits from the ghost hunters of southern Michigan and many other independent groups have come with cameras and other ghost detecting devices, performing all-night investigations.
Bagel bites.
We commanded.
He's never been. I don't think he's been.
But the ghosts command it.
So, yeah, okay. Mr. Hearst, who was the first formal hotelier, and so he passed away in the 1920s, but he knows he is still Lord of the house. His ghost is one of the most frequent, although an actual materialization is rare. His spirit seems to unable to pass on to the afterlife due to the Great Fire at the hotel in 1913, which ended his reign. He does not like noise, nor is he happy with and renovations at the hotel house being made on his property.
So do we think he is like an actual manifestation, or do we think he's a residual haunting?
Catherine.
Who the fuck is Catherine? He's probably a residual.
Okay.
If you see a man wearing a frock coat and top hat, you most likely have met Mr. Hearst. The cigar smell is the most common manifestation of Mr. Hearst. It can be soft and wafting, barely noticeable, or very strong and overpowering.
So that's going to be what we talked about last week, is the residual haunting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So other materializations are often most encountered at the top of the stairs or in the Carey Nation banquet room. Although Hearst may be seen anywhere in the house and has even been noted lurking in the lower level of the hotel, which was once home to the tonsorial parlor.
Okay.
So, you'll get disembodied voices. So, laughter seems to be the most common version of manifestation of the Hearst voice.
Don't like it.
Manifestation. So, Hearst's voice, a faint baritone laughter that resounds through the house. None? Okay. He has also been known to speak on occasion, although it isn't often directly to the listeners. And then you have Nora Kane, who is described as a petite, beautiful lady. She seems to be the hostess of the house. From historical accounts, Miss Kane had a love of music and seems to still enjoy to play a good melody now and again. Her spirit is frequently encountered, and she has materialized mostly in photographs, especially at weddings.
Aww.
Her portrait is displayed in the restaurant's main lobby.
So she liked weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, because like a lot of music and stuff. Oh, that's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Nora's most common haunting is one that appeals to your sense of smell. This may be, in fact, one of the most common hauntings in the entire house.
Okay.
Her perfume is described as a sweet, flowery scent that can be picked up in any room in the house, although the scent is the most common in the Tourette area in the main bar. Her ghost is seen most often in the bar and back hallway, which once was the main entrance to the hotel. She is most often described as lithe and graceful. Low. What about low? Not often complete, but cutting off at about the knees. She always is wearing one of her beautiful dresses.
It goes with no feet. I don't like it.
In life, Miss Kane loved music, and she carried that love into the afterlife. She has been heard playing the piano. If you hear music drifting through the house, more than likely it's Nora treating you to a good song.
Oh.
And she was also a very good singer, and her
Succeed.
Okay.
Yeah, she was successful.
And her soft melodies can sometimes be distantly heard through the indifferent dining rooms late at night. She has also been known to ask people standing near the piano to play a tune for her.
So she is a manifestation. She is not a residual.
Her voice can also be heard throughout. Bring what to you? Quit asking me to bring you something if I don't know what the fuck it is. Can also be heard throughout the house. Okay.
He's like, my bad. Okay.
Okay. And now we got the ghost in the kitchen.
Okay.
You're not gonna like the ghost in the kitchen. Oh no. So in the restaurant at the end of the main hall, you can find the kitchen. Behind the original swinging doors, you will see many of the same utensils, pots, pans, dishes, fine china, tableware, and glassware from the turn of the century. It's here that you can find one of the Holley Hotel's most active ghosts.
Okay.
And the spirit may be one or two, maybe one of two. What's yours?
Okay.
Maybe one of two, or maybe both girls who died young.
Nope.
Some have speculated that it could be the spirit of a little girl who died here after being severely injured in the livery stable, which was adjacent to the hotel where the parking lot now exists.
Nope. It's not that one. I don't like it.
Or perhaps it's the ghost of daughter of Nora Kane.
No, why? No.
Because Nora picture in the foyer has her in a black morning dress.
No, but no.
Whoever she is, she seems rather happy and playful, and it has been described as being between 9 and 13 years old with red hair.
Okay, well, so like 9 and 13 is okay, but like when I say like children, I mean like 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like little creepy fucking.
The playful little ghost seems to enjoy passing her eternity by toying with the many kitchen items placed within the room.
A goo bump.
You do got good bump.
I don't like it.
In many accounts, the item she played with the most often was the meat cleaver.
Oh.
Although the teapots and hanging utensils were also targets.
No.
This is also the ghost or ghosts who are frequently heard running up and down the stairways.
No.
This young ghost is also one that appeared during a seance in the early 1990s.
No.
A soft giggling is the most common haunting. They also hear soft giggling.
Absolutely not.
Is often accompanied by moving objects. He won't leave. Matthew.
I know. He's going to be here a while. Just calm down.
Bottle.
Huh?
What bottle?
They're probably feeding the baby. I don't know. They might be feeding the baby.
Okay.
Huh?
Operation. Okay. So there's also additional sightings. So you got Leona, the hearse dog.
Aw, puppy.
It's described as looking similar to a rat terrier, and this dog can be heard running. Move over. Move. Who? Why are you so demanding today?
I'm trying to get through. God damn it, move.
You're so demanding today, you little piece of shit. This dog can be heard running down the halls, brushing up against people's legs. Phantom barking is often observed, especially by the early morning chefs.
Oh, I like the puppies and the kitties. I don't like the kids.
They have a mysterious Indian.
Okay.
So in February 1996, Miss Cutlianios arrived at the hotel early, getting ready for Thursday afternoon tea. As was her standard, she began to walk the dining rooms for a quick morning inspection. When she rounded the corner into the dining room, she was greeted by the image of a Native American Indian who looked to be real as anything else in the room except that he had no feet. He hovered in view.
I don't like that. That's the second one in the house that doesn't have feet.
Ghost usually don't have feet sometimes. He hovered in view for a few moments before fading from view, and no Indian has been reported before and none since.
Okay.
I'm not from here.
Okay.
Okay, so where are you from then? So, today. I'm not looking up. I ain't doing it.
Where are you? I don't see anything.
Well, I did ask him where he's from. He said up.
Like,
Up where?
Like Tennessee?
Like up where? So after 46 years of operation, they decided to sell the hotel. So June 21st, 2022, it caught fire again, which is what you saw when you Googled it.
Yeah.
Lost about a third of the roof and acquired so much water from the putting it out.
Right.
They acquired a basement swimming pool. The carpets, drywall, and furniture were a soggy, hot mess, but the building was saved. Like, the building was fine.
Okay.
Not all of us. Okay. They started fixing it up, getting it back into shape, and there was an arcade that was built in the battle alley that was like right by the building. And so when they were fixing the west wall, they said that they would redraw the crooked 1980s property line because how the line was.
Yeah.
So they told the owners of the arcade that they would redraw it, but then the owners of the arcade sold the property a few weeks after that conversation. So the new owner decided to be a piece of shit.
Okay.
And objected to the construction and location of the west wall and eaves above.
Okay.
He then denied the contractors access to the property and claimed they protruded by inches onto his newly acquired property and wanted the entire west wall removed and the west side eaves cut off. And until they did, he would not... Soon, okay. He would not allow the cruise on his lot.
Okay.
The Holley Hotel was built on an assumed 1891 property line that's resided there for over 133 years. And it was not a problem until now.
Okay. Why?
Because the dude was like, yelling on my property.
Okay.
He's being a piece of shit, pretty much.
Gotcha.
So they've been taking it to court and they're fighting it. But right now it's for sale. Because they might not be able to fix it.
Gotcha. So, like, are they planning on, like, a complete demolition? Or, like, what's the situation?
Well, they don't know yet.
Oh, okay. I didn't know, like, if they had, like, if this doesn't happen, like, we're just going to demolish it because of the damage.
They just can't fix that part, I guess.
Gotcha.
But that is the Holley Hotel that Kimberly requested.
I'm about over stories with kid ghosts. I'm over it. I don't like it at all.
You're welcome, Kimberly. I love you.
Yeah. So now we are going to kind of shift gears again. Like I said, last week, it's not a whole lot of cryptids to do anymore. So we're just kind of like not doing those. Because, you like Bigfoot and the Yeti.
I'm not going outside.
Bigfoot and Yeti are like the same thing. One is just a white creature. One's a brown creature. And like all other countries have similar entities like we've already covered. So it just doesn't make sense to double dip on the whole thing. Except like, the Yeti and the Alabama white line.
Unless you do failure. Okay. Unless you do the cryptids. Unless you do the cryptids from like other countries.
That's what I'm saying. The cryptids from other countries are basically the exact same thing. It's the exact same information. It's just in a different part of the world. Like the Wendigos and like sirens and stuff. It's all the same over on the other side. The only thing that's like different would be like the black dog in England, and I will cover that one. But there's just not a whole lot that we haven't already talked about, and it's just super repetitive. And I don't want to be repetitive just to have an episode. So we're kind of just going to venture out into other paranormal things, not just beings. So today we are going to talk about astral projection. A lot of people know what it is. A lot of people don't know what it is. A lot of people think they know what it is, but they're not correct. So, basically, it is the reported experience of conscious awareness separating from the physical body while remaining...
Accident to your right. I don't see anything.
Magic.
What did I say?
Magic.
Maybe that's what it's talking about. Maybe there's going to be an accident over here later. I hope not. I will fucking cry.
Do not break her crystal.
Don't break any of my shit.
She'd murder your dead ass.
Yeah, don't break any of my shit over there. Leave it the fuck alone. Okay. So astral projection is the reported experience of conscious awareness separating from the physical body while remaining fully intact, lucid, and self-directed. So, like, you've heard of people when they say, like, they've been in, like, a trauma situation in the hospital getting surgery or something like that, and they're, like, floating on the ceiling and watching themselves go through this. That's kind of what this is talking about. During this state, individuals describe perceiving themselves as an existing in a form that is not bound by physical flesh, capable of movement, perception, and interaction independent of the body left behind. So they're like just like a floating thing Reminds me a lot of the Ghost Whisperer episode where they were saying they were trying to keep this guy alive and he kept dying.
Yeah.
And he was like floating and watching everything and couldn't stop what was happening, and he did not want to be alive anymore. And like his wife was like, I know he wouldn't want this, but his parents were like, no, we're not letting him go. That's kind of what I envision astral projection to be, although this kind of is like self-induced. Yeah. Like not like accidental or trauma always.
Sometimes people do it in their sleep.
Yeah. Unlike dreaming, astral projection is defined by continuity of consciousness. The individual does not, quote, lose awareness or transition into symbolic imagery. Instead, awareness remains stable, deliberate, and observational. So wherever you're astral projecting, you are physically seeing these things the way they are supposed to be. It's not an altered reality in a sense. Memory before, during, and after the experience is typically preserved in a manner similar to waking life. So you remember these things, but you can't always determine like if it was a dream or if it was you projecting. Access, nope, that is not. Across cultures and historical periods, this non-physical form has been called the astral body, subtle body, the soul, double or spirit body. So it's kind of interchangeable with like the terminology. While the terminology varies, the descriptions are strikingly consistent. A secondary vehicle of consciousness capable of leaving the physical body and operating within non-physical environments. I have always said I can relate any instance to a SpongeBob episode, okay? This is when he was dreaming and he was going into other people's dreams. Mm-hmm. This is what I envision when I think about astral projection. I'm like SpongeBob. Or like Sabrina, the new Sabrina, she astral projects to kind of, and so does what is his name? Her cousin.
What's his name?
Ambrose.
I knew it was started with an A.
Yeah. So it kind of like reminds me of Ambrose in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina because he is bound to the home. So the only way he can do anything like when he was going on the dates or helping Sabrina was astral project. So that's kind of like what this is in a sense, if you believe it can be accomplished. In spiritual traditions, astral projection is understood as a natural function of consciousness, not a supernatural anomaly. So like in spiritual cultures who practice this frequently, they believe it's just something that we can naturally do. It's not something.
When Lauren talks, but you freaking talking when I talk. The fuck?
But it's not something like a supernatural every now and again occurrence, right? This is like something that people naturally do all of the time.
Yeah.
Ancient cultures believe that this separation occurred spontaneously during sleep and could be cultivated intentionally through meditation, ritual, or trance. The experience was often regarded as a rehearsal for death, a method of spiritual ascent, or a means of accessing knowledge beyond ordinary perception. So most of these religious communities that practice this was very, very heavy in their community.
Yeah.
Very heavy. A commonly reported feature of astral projection is the sensation of separation. Individuals frequently describe an intense internal shift marked by vibrations, humming, or a feeling of energetic movement through the body. I feel that sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm astral projecting anywhere or anything like that, but after doing the research, I'm like, I wonder if like that's like an indication that I can or I should. I don't know how to.
Mischa, if your mom's astral projection, you need to
if I'm astral projecting, it's going to be like to a beach. Like somewhere I want to be. I don't like
just wake up, they're staying in your bed.
Yeah, not here. I don't want to be here. And I don't mean like here, like on Earth. I mean like here in the state. I fucking hate it here. And this is not like a cry for help or like a suicide admission or anything. It's like, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm perfectly happy being earthbound. I just don't want to be in Mississippi anymore. That's all. Okay, this is followed by the perception of rising, rolling, or slipping out of the physical form. So I've seen like a lot where, where people say they feel like they're falling when they're asleep.
Yeah. I get that a lot.
Some people say that's part of the astral projection and that's you landing back in your body.
No.
Yeah.
I do that a lot.
Yeah. I haven't done it as often as I used to, but I would wake up like panicked because I felt like I was falling.
Like I would literally like jerk and wake up.
And that they say that's like you returning to your body from your trip. Yeah.
Okay.
So if anybody has experienced that, maybe just hone it in and focus a little more and you can do it. Google it. Don't take my word for it. Many report observing their physical body from an external vantage point before moving away from it. Like I was talking about when people say that they were in like a traumatic accident, and they were brought in unconscious or at death's door and they're like floating on the ceiling watching the doctors work on them. That's kind of what this is talking about. Once separated, movement is not accomplished through physical effort. Travel occurs through intent or focus. So it's not like once you're separated from your body, you have to walk somewhere. Travel occurs through intent or focus with direction responding instantly to thought. So you just think, I need to walk down this hallway or I need to go down this hallway, and then you're doing it. Perception is often described as expanded or panoramic. So like, normally when you're looking, you're just seeing what's right in front of you. But this says like you see everything.
I got beat up my thing.
And it's like way the fuck over there too. I don't know how that happened. And it sometimes occurs without a fixed visual perceptive.
She's got her nose pushed to the door.
She's sniffing. That's what hunting dogs do. They blow the air out.
Hesitant? Why are you hesitant? You were talking all the fucking lot when I was talking.
Well, because you keep itching at it. And I was like, I'm scared to talk. But that's what hunting dogs do. They blow underneath or in a hole or whatever, and then the scent comes back so they know what's in there. Time frequently feels distorted, and the experience is commonly described as more vivid or more real than waking reality. Spiritual frameworks describe the environments accessed during astral projection.
Yeah, I did just talk about a hotel.
As planes or realms of consciousness rather than physical locations. So it's not like you're...
Hotel.
Yeah, it's not like you're at a hotel. You're just like on a different physical plane. You don't have to be at a hotel. You can be, but you don't have to be.
Apparently, they say you gotta be at a hotel.
Okay. Have you astral projected before? No? Then shut the fuck up. Thank you. Okay. These environments may resemble the physical world, appear symbolic or archetypal, or manifest as abstract fields of light, sound, or presence. So it's like literally anything. Encounters with other beings or intelligences are reported in some cases, often interpreted through the cultural or spiritual lens of the experiencer. So basically, like,
undoubtedly,
it's saying if you have this experience, what happens in it is your perception. I mean, it would be just like with the dream. It's it's from your point of view, your perception. What?
Down. Like, look down? Like what? Like, what you mean down?
Get up. Come on, get down with the sickness.
Downstairs.
I don't have a downstairs here. Thank you. Okay.
Downstairs be the dirt.
You're like under the house. Are you saying you're under my house?
Are you under the house?
Stay there. I don't have time for you right now. Astral projection experiences occur both unintentionally and spontaneously. So like the spontaneously would be the accident that I keep talking about, because it's like the one thing that just like kind of sticks with me as far as astral projection is concerned. They may have been reported during deep meditation, ritual trance, sleep paralysis. We're going to talk about sleep paralysis. That shit is fucking terrifying. Okay.
Yes.
Near-death experiences, again, like car wrecks, illnesses, trauma, and now, like, when I think maybe I have astral projected before, honestly, because when I have been, like, in the throes of my CVS, where I am just, like, loopy and delusional, I've seen what I'm talking about. Like, I see myself in the bed, like, dying, you know? But it's brief, like, seconds. So maybe I have. But I get really, really, really sick, so I also think it's just, like, delirium, to be fair. I think it's just delirium. Because I can't eat, I can't drink, I can't keep anything down, so I'm dehydrated, and just, it's bad. So who knows? and extreme states of relaxation. Importantly, individuals often report these experiences without prior belief or expectation.
I see you too.
Suggesting the phenomenon is not dependent on cultural conditioning alone. So it's saying like, you know, there are people who grow up and practice this all the time, you know, and it is cultural, it is spiritual to them. It is part of their life, part of their religion. But it's also saying a lot of these cases are of people who didn't even know what it was. People who were not expecting it, people who were not doing it on purpose. From a modern scientific perspective, astral projection is classified as a type of quote-unquote out-of-body experience associated with altered states of brain activity and sensory integration. While science does not confirm the literal separation of consciousness from the body, it acknowledges the experiences as subjectively real, neurologically complex, and consistently reported across populations. So they're like, we can't confirm or deny it, but the evidence that we have shows that it's like consistent across all these different areas that it happens in. What distinguishes astral projection from other altered states is not the explanation assigned to it, but the experience itself. The unmistakable sense of existing outside of the physical body while remaining fully conscious, aware, and capable of intentional movement. So it's not like sleep paralysis where you're like awake but fucking statued. You can't do anything. For thousands of years, this experience has been interpreted as evidence that consciousness is not confined to the body, that awareness is capable of movement beyond physical limits, and that reality extends beyond what is perceived through the senses alone. Whether approached as a spiritual journey, a neurological phenomenon, or a profound exploration of consciousness, astral projection remains one of the most enduring and transformative experiences described in human history. This goes back a very fucking long time. This is not something within like the last 20 or 30 years, satanic panic bullshit. It's not, this goes back fucking.
You hear him?
Who?
Hear who? Who's him? Well, we heard him.
Beside you.
Huh?
Beside you? Beside who?
Okay. So again, this dates back for a very, very long time. So we're just going to kind of talk about the spiritual, historical, and the experiential record of the conscious beyond the body. And like the concepts or like the key elements of kind of what it is, how
Do
it's...
you feel?
What?
How do you feel?
Irritated? Okay.
I feel fine.
I feel irritated.
I want to leave.
Bye.
So then leave. You don't gotta stay.
Oh, goodbye. Come here, baby. You okay? Okay. So the first one is going to be the primordial concept, which is consciousness as mobile. Long before writing religion or formal philosophy, early humans already distinguished between the body and something that animated it. So like,
I'm walking.
okay, way back
go
in the before days, like people were already kind of making the distinction between a physical body and then like your soul, I guess is what we kind of call it. Archaeological evidence from burial practices dating back over 100,000 years.
That's old.
Okay.
Slow.
Rude.
Are you walking slow? Is that what you mean? Like,
I think they're saying we're slow.
rude ass motherfucker.
Huh?
Okay, I get.
Bye.
Oh, he's walking slow. That's what it is.
Okay, bye. Are you like walking slow until you hear something good and you're coming back? Like, I don't care.
Are you
Shut
old?
the fuck
Are you
up.
old that you're walking slow? Like what?
Do you have feet? You're a ghost. Don't answer that.
Don't answer.
How do you feel?
I feel uncomfortable.
Why is yours not talking?
I don't know, but I feel uncomfortable knowing you might not have feet. Okay. Archaeological evidence from a burial practice dating back over 100,000 years suggests humans believed some aspect of the self could leave the body and persist independently, like your soul. Which is a lot, you know, most cultures, I believe in the soul. Because I know in some cultures, they don't do like photographs because they believe their soul is being captured and contained in that photograph. Same with mirrors.
Yeah.
People believe that. So I think just like in a general
Just
sense.
like mirrors. If you have mirrors in a room, two across, right across.
Yeah, that way if something comes out of it, it goes right into the other one.
Exactly.
And it's like a continual loop.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that's like the whole thing of it. People, like all these different
That's
cultures.
why my mirror's in my closet.
I only have a mirror in my bathroom. So if it comes out, it's going to go right out the window. You
Listen here.
He said, listen.
Listen,
Let me
Linda.
explain about this. So, again, like that's like one of the things about this is that it is very consistent over hundreds of thousands of years and also different cultures. So they do believe in the physical form, and then they believe in like, your spiritual form. Sure. So grave goods, red ochre, and ritual positioning imply in this archaeological discovery that the dead were traveling somewhere. So what they were buried with, the traditions and the rituals behind their burial indicate that they were taking these belongings with them, which is why people get buried with their things.
Yeah.
The self was not confined to flesh, and the consciousness had mobility. So these were the beliefs of these rituals hundreds of thousands of years ago. And a lot of these things are continued today. A lot of people are buried with their jewelry. People are buried with their most precious.
Is my place.
No, it's not.
It's Lauren's house. You gotta fight her for that.
And this is why they're buried with their belongings, because they feel like they're taking it into the afterlife, right?
My friend must be buried with hot sauce. With sriracha.
Okay.
She wants sriracha.
At least she'll have something to squirt on her food in the afterlife, I guess.
She wants a spice in her life. In her death.
This foundational assumption, which, is that awareness can detach, is the bedrock from which astral projection emerges like later on when these practices start becoming more normal. In early human cognition, dreams, visions, and trance states were not seen as internal fantasies. They were interpreted as literal journeys. The Native American community. You must go on your journey to see what you need to see, your spiritual journey. That is still something that they do now. I think it's just the men. I'm not sure about the women, but I know the men for sure. Once they reach age, they are sent out on their fucking own to do their spiritual journey. And this is kind of symbolism of that. So there is another one. It's the shamanic soul flight, which is prehistory to early civilization. So old, but, still not as old. The earliest structured astral projection practices appear in shamanic culture, which exists on every inhabited continent, so everywhere, right? The core shamanic belief was that the soul could leave the body, it could travel to other spiritual realms, and it would return with knowledge, healing, or guidance. So I know you guys have seen movies where like somebody is trying to solve this big giant problem and they can't figure it out, and they've been worried about it for weeks and months and years on end, and then they go to sleep one night and have this very vivid fucking lucid dream, and then they wake up and they know exactly what they need to do.
Yes.
That's kind of what this is. This was not metaphorical. It was trained, intentional, and socially sanctioned. So when these problems were arising, these people intentionally traveled realms to gather guidance and bring it back so they could figure out what was going on. So there are methods of induction, like repetitive drumming. 4 to 7 beats per second induces theta brainwaves, chanting and breath deprivation, fasting and sensory isolation, and psychoactive plants.
What?
They took mushrooms.
Oh. I was like, what?
In some cultures. So it's like there has to be like some kind of white noise, drumming, rain, or whatever. You have to be starving yourself, isolated completely, and possibly on drugs.
Okay.
And I think like in the Native American cultures, they take peyote.
Yes.
And they go on their journeys. And that's it's been done forever.
Yeah.
The experiential description, the shamans described rising upward through the sky, descending through caves or roots, transforming into animals, traveling along invisible pathways. These journeys match modern astral projection reports in structure, like the departure, navigation, encounter, and return. So it's like all the same. Like when they're having an astral projection, initially they go up. They don't go like left or right or down. They go up. When they come back, obviously they're coming down. So it's like something above our physical plane. To leave your body. Right. Yeah. But that's how that's pretty much how they do it. So in ancient Egypt, the Ba and the Ka, which was 3000 BCE, Egypt provides one of the clearest early cosmologies of astral projection. So there's something called the soul components, which is Ka, means life force, and the Ba means the mobile soul that could leave the body. So the Ka is your physical body, the Ba is your soul. The Ak, which is the transfigured spiritual self, and the Ba is depicted as a human-headed bird, explicitly representing flight from the body. So the soul is typically bird because it's like flying out of you, like pew, pew. So the key beliefs is the Ba left the body during sleep. It traveled the Duat, which is the non-physical realm, and it returned at dawn. So this happened every night. Once you went to sleep, your soul left, and it comes back at dawn with or without knowledge that you had before. And this is astral projection encoded into religious doctrine. So in Egypt doctrine, this is recorded. This is their history. This is their spiritual history. The silver cord concept appears symbolically as the continued connection between the Ka and Ba. So it's basically like it says, it's the silver string theory. So it's basically wherever your physical body is, there is this silver string. Yeah. And if someone cuts that string, you're dead. Yeah. Kind of thing. But it also tethers you to your physical form so you can come back. Like in Insidious. Yeah. There's that string. Yes. So in Mesopotamia, Sumerian and Akkadian texts describe priests entering dream states to consult gods. Like, you think about monks and their meditation. This is kind of the same similar thing. Souls ascending ladders to the heavens. So that's where you get those visions or those images of, getting to heaven. You've got to go through a really long stairway, which I'm not doing. So, there's like no elevator to push a button and go up. Yeah, you got to walk there, and it's just not worth it to me. I'll go down. Thank you. And then consciousness leaving the body during sleep rituals. Nope. Consciousness leaving the body during ritual sleep. The Epic of Gilgamesh contains passages describing visionary travel beyond the physical world, experienced as real movement rather than imagination. So, I don't know if you ever read the Epic of Gilgamesh, but no, they're not saying like this is fictional. No, like this is nonfiction. This is real. This is what happens. Dreams were treated as external journeys, not internal hallucinations. So in Vedic India, it was called the subtle body system, and this dates back to 1500 BCE. India offers the most technically detailed spiritual framework for astral projection. So it's called the koshas, which is the body, which is the physical body, the energy body, which is also called prana, the mental body, the astral body, and the casual body. It doesn't really like go into detail like what these are as far as differences. That hurt. Don't do that. Astral projection occurs. You have air in your back?
I got pulled a nerve in my back.
Oh, I thought you said I have air in my back. I was like,
I could feel it start to pinch when I stretch like that. I'm like, no, don't do that.
Don't do it. Astral projection occurs when awareness shifts from the physical to the Shukshma Sharia. Shukshma Sharia?
Okay.
Which is the subtle body. Like, in India, they do yoga a lot. It's like one of the main cultural things there. So they do these yoga practices that help get them ready for astral projection. The pranayama, which means breath control. The dharana, which is focused attention. And then the dhyana, which is the deep meditation. So that's everything getting your body ready to astral project. And then there are some people who do like the advanced yoga. Yeah. And some of the advanced yogis report leaving the physical body, traveling to other lokas, which is spiritual planes, or observing events at a distance. So like out of body experiences, but they're kind of watching it not where their body is. Like they're somewhere else. This was considered evidence of spiritual mastery and not superstition. So like a lot of these cultures have this as normal. This is natural. This is just a natural thing. This is not witchcraft. It's not anything superstitious or anything like that.
You a witch.
Right, yeah. And I think a lot of that right now is kind of in more modern society because we don't understand a lot of things. It's kind of connected to witchcraft or, you know, things that just really, it's not the truth.
Yeah.
Although witchcraft and all that does come into play, it does. So in Tibetan Buddhism, it's consciousness without form. That's what they call it. Tibetan traditions refine astral experiences through dream yoga and illusory. That's illusory, like illusion, but illusory.
Okay.
And illusory practices. So the key teachings of the Tibetan Buddhism is the body is not the self. The body is just a vessel, basically. Your soul is you, what you are.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Awareness can exist without physical form. So, like, that's how we believe in ghosts, because there is no physical form, but the consciousness exists.
Yes.
And the consciousness can navigate intermediate realms called bardos, which I guess would also explain ghosts, because they're on this plane and, you know, whatever other plane they're on. Advanced monks reported conscious exit during meditation, extended existence outside of body awareness. So, like, they were able to do this for long periods of time. And then controlled re-entry. So they weren't just like snapped back into their body. Like they controlled when and how they became back into their full consciousness. The emphasis was not travel for curiosity, but liberation from bodily attachment. So they used it as not just a way to travel, but to be free. You know, not restricted to certain areas or things. You know, if they had like maybe physical disabilities, they use it for being able to experience things that they would not normally be able to experience. So in ancient Greece, it was the psyche, the pneuma, and ecstasy. Greek philosophy framed astral projection as ecstasis, which means standing outside of oneself. Plato actually described the soul as capable of leaving the body and considered the body just a temporary vessel, which that's once your body dies, like your soul is released.
Exactly.
Although you can do it before that, apparently. Neoplatonism or Plotinus, it's platypus. Neoplatypusism. That is not correct. It's Neoplatonism.
Platypus.
Periplatypus. Taught ascent of consciousness through spiritual planes, and they also claimed personal experiences of soul separation. So there were like people were like, "Yeah, I've done that. Like I'm doing it now. Like you don't even know I'm doing it right now."
Yeah.
So Greek mystery schools trained initiates in trance states, remarkably similar to modern astral projection induction. So, like, these schools were like, we're going to teach you how to do this.
Okay.
Yeah. So, they're like, we're going to teach it. This is awesome. We're going to do it. This is part of our culture. Let's do it.
Mystery schools.
Yeah. Well, because astral projection is a mystery. Yeah. It's like there are so many, especially olden time evidences and testimonies that there are so many people saying the same thing. Like, it can't all be wrong, right?
Yeah.
It can't all be fake. In early Christianity and mysticism, the mystics described soul ascent to heaven, visions while the body remained inert, which the body inert just means not moving. It's still. And awareness existing beyond physical sensation. St. Paul wrote of being, quote, caught up to the third heaven, explicitly stating uncertainty whether it occurred in or out of the body. So he's like, I experienced it. I just don't know how.
Yeah.
Later mystics reported levitation sensations.
Yeah.
Falling in the bed. That's your body returning. Disembodied awareness and extended trance states. These experiences were spiritualized, not rejected. Then later they became rejected. And that was until institutional doctrine narrowed acceptable interpretation. So in the beginning, they were like, fuck yeah, we're going to do this. And then people came in, they're like, witchcraft. And so they just kind of, it stopped being okay. So in Islamic mysticism, it described mirage, which is spiritual ascension of consciousness. These practices included prolonged chanting, breath control, and trance states, kind of like all of the other ones who have been doing this. It's all pretty much the same. They also reported traveling through spiritual realms, encounters with non-physical intelligences, and return with insight. So these people, in this particular situation, left and came home with knowledge, basically. Again, the structure of how it happened matched the phenomenology from everywhere else. So this did also happen in like medieval times. Alchemy, Hermeticism, and Kabbalah preserved astral concepts during periods of religious suppression. So during Kabbalah, it's described as multiple soul levels. So you don't just have one. There's many. Consciousness ascends during sleep. So they're kind of thinking like it only happens while you're sleeping. Like they don't realize it can happen while you're awake. And the spiritual worlds are accessible through intention. So you have to believe it. You have to be intentional about it. And just like in like magic work, you have to be intentional about what you're doing. In Hermetic texts, it teaches the separation of soul from the body. And it describes ascent through planetary spheres. So like not cosmetology. Like cosmic kind of thing. Astral travel was framed as inner alchemy, not literal flight, but experiential reports suggest otherwise. So from the Renaissance to the Enlightenment period, the interest in astral projection like research. Scholars were revisiting ancient texts and learning everything they could, so it became like super popular again during this time. Paracelsus wrote of the astral body as very distinct. Rosicrucians practiced soul travel, and secret society preserved astral techniques. So like in the religion times, like they were like, you can't do this anymore. This is unnatural. It's not supposed to be done. When the resurgence happened, they had to do it in hiding. So they had like secret little clubs. They had cliques.
Clubs.
They had astral projection cliques. And these traditions viewed astral projection as natural, but also rare and requiring extreme discipline. Theosophy and modern terminology, which was starting around the 1800s. The key figures in this terminology and like kind of where we are now was Helena Blavatsky and Annie Besant. They synthesized the Eastern mysticism, Western occultism, which brings in like the witches and stuff, and their own personal accounts. During this time frame, they pretty much standardized the astral plane, the silver cord, and the subtle body components of astral projection. So now we're going to talk about kind of like a case study. Hello?
Just the SLS one.
Oh. What? Is that like the stick figure one? Oh, okay. So modern experimental case studies, his name was Robert Monroe. What he reported was some spontaneous OBEs, structured astral environments, and repeated experience over decades. Like this wasn't like a 1 or 2 time thing. This was over the course of decades. In these modern reports, there is a vibrational stage, there is a separation sensation, there is non-physical navigation, and an intense realism. These reports mirror ancient descriptions almost exactly. So there have been like spiritual interpretations across time. Spiritually, astral projection has been understood as proof that we have a soul.
Yeah.
Evidence consciousness is not bound to flesh, so like the belief of ghosts. It is a rehearsal for death. because when you're dead, you don't have your body anymore.
Pretty much.
And a gateway to higher knowledge. Like you're more open, I guess, to understanding things that may be difficult to understand in your physical body. It somehow links it.
Are free.
Huh?
They're free.
Oh, it allows you to kind of be more open to understanding what's going on, I guess.
Yeah.
Again, astral projection is not a modern invention, hallucination, or fringe belief. It is persistent through hundreds of years, thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years,
lots of years.
Right. So, I mean, there's prehistoric, there's ancient religion, there's mysticism, there's esoteric philosophy, and, obviously now modern personal testimonies. Mm-hmm. Whether interpreted as a literal soul travel or an altered state of consciousness, its spiritual significance has endured for tens of thousands of hundreds of years. A very long time, okay?
Lots of years.
Yes. So we're going to go back to talk about the Epic of Gilgamesh. It was based in Mesopotamia in circa 2100 BCE. It is one of the oldest surviving literary works containing passages describing consciousness travel between the physical world and altered states. Okay.
Alrighty then.
In Tablet 9, Gilgamesh enters a liminal state between life and death. He says, sleep came over him like a mist, and in his sleep he wandered far from the land of men.
This happens. It does happen.
That's what we're talking about. In Mesopotamia cosmology, sleep and death were closely linked states in which the soul could roam. So when you were sleeping, it can happen, and then obviously during death it happens. Dreams were treated as literal journeys and just not like symbolic of something. In ancient Egypt, the pyramid texts, circa 2400 BCE, they are explicit about soul mobility. The pyramid texts state the ba of the king flies away. The ba of the king alights upon the sky. And then it says,
not asking anything.
I ascend to the sky among the imperishable stars. So the ba is not metaphorical. It is depicted in art, leaving the body, returning to it, and traveling freely. Sleep, trance, and death were considered variations of the same phenomenon. So it's like an amalgamation of things. Again, in the Vedic India,
Who is who?
The Brihadar...
Because she's Lauren. I'm Courtney.
Brihadaranyaka. The Brihadaranyaka.
If she butchered it, we apologize.
Yeah, circa 800 to 600 BCE, so a very long time ago. Describes the soul leaving the body during sleep. It states when he sleeps, he takes away with him the material from the whole world, destroys it, and builds it again. The sleeper moves about according to his pleasure within his own body. So again, soul separating from the body. It's later clarified that, quote, the self having withdrawn from the body wanders in dreams, seeing both what has been seen and unseen. So again, this just like reminds me of the SpongeBob episode where he's going into everybody's dreams. Indian philosophy makes no attempt to hide it. So they're like very...
Hell with what?
They're very in your face about... So in early Christianity, before it was suppressed...
Not very.
They had a hardened doctrine. Mystical experiences were common and accepted during this time. St. Paul, which is 2 Corinthians 12, 2-4, Paul writes, quote, I know a man in Christ who 14 years ago was caught up to the third heaven.
Yes, you do come and go.
Whether it was in the body or out of body, I don't know, but God knows. So, again, before Catholic suppression, this was widely believed and it was common practice. But eventually they, just kind of decided that it wasn't going to be anymore. So, why astral projection has kind of persisted over the years is, and not being able to be disproven really, is because it occurs spontaneously. It arises during trauma, illness, sleep, or meditation. It does not require belief. So even if you don't believe it happens, it could happen to you. And it is neurologically...
When did it happen?
What?
When did it happen?
Yes. It is neurologically and phenomenologically accessible. And institutions, they can suppress interpretation, but not the experience. So they can be like, yeah, you can't interpret it that way. And you're like, you can't fucking tell me what I experienced.
Exactly.
So, like, in a sense, astral projection was once sacred, and then it was restricted, and then demonized, as things tend to be when you don't have that understanding. And then again, because of the suppression, it was hidden. Like, people had to have these little, like, secret cult groups where they could just be themselves and experience it. And then it finally reemerged under scientific language. So people were trying to put, like, some kind of science behind what was happening.
Like they always do.
Yeah, pretty much. So we're going to talk about some quote-unquote real-life experiences that I pulled from Reddit, because I like to kind of hear about, like, real things, people, what their experiences have been. So ODSG 517 says, it's profound every time. The feeling just to be in that state, I could visit for a long time. I always felt at peace.
Can you feel me? No, I can't feel you.
That being said, a couple stand out. I was doing a bone breathing meditation and then I projected. I was bubbling with power, absolutely powerful. I flew through the sun in a second and back to the ground. Another, I saw 2 UFOs in orbit and a woman's head appeared and told me the secrets of consciousness for like 5 minutes. I saw a hologram of a brain and was being schooled. So like he was being taught about it while he was doing it. Another time I was in this place with a priestly woman in white robes holding candles. A lot of NDEs talk about robed spirits. I'm not sure what NDE is. I didn't look it up. I know it's got to mean something. They continue to say, I mostly float around and try to order food or something and look at people. A fond memory was I had an astral projection in winter, but went to a city in the summer and sat at a restaurant and had a nice plate of food. It was a vacation. It says, mine aren't nearly as cool as the people posting here. I don't really care, though, because I consider that realm real in its own regard, but loosely resembling this one. I don't take it too seriously, but I'd love to live there. Another person called Astral Dad 53. He says, I have done it 62 times, but only once, a few times ago, I went somewhere that was profound and not just like...
The fact that he kept track of how many times he's done it.
Right. And not just like neighborhoods, water, or weird buildings, etc. He says, I went to outer space. I was smiling the entire time. I just wanted to giggle as I flew through the stars. It felt as if a very light, warm, but
it's not for you,
but abundant amount of rain was hitting me as I flew. Almost like there was moisture in the space, and it tickled me every time in a good way as I flew. I saw so many stars. I never wanted it to end. I began searching for Earth or like a planet, thinking it would be so amazing to head towards one and see it getting closer and closer. But I heard a loud bang as if someone was on the other side of my wall and threw something against it. I was still fully there, but I began to scare, thinking either something was happening in quote-unquote real life or something was telling me to get out of where I was, so I reluctantly came back to my body. This may not sound super special, but it was something I'll never forget, and it was just so freeing and beautiful. However, I saw no other human or alien, etc., nothing but stars and the feeling of quote-unquote rain or whatever it was sparkling all over me as it happened. So I do see that a lot, or did see that in the research I was doing. So like if you like also in Insidious, like if you're in there too long, it can be bad.
Yeah.
And so like
something else can get you back. Who the fuck is Jennifer?
Whoever's gonna get you in the astral realm.
Bitch, stay away from me. Bitch, stay away from Jennifer's body.
Jennifer, stop it. But I do hear that a lot. Like they hear something or they feel something while they're in that plane, and they come back to like their physical body because it means something could be wrong.
Yeah.
So another one named Scooby Minaj 27. They said I floated down into this dimension that wasn't my own. It was a sunset.
Is that stupid?
Okay. Familiar, yeah.
Okay.
It was a sunset at a beach line. There was a city behind it. When I got closer to the ground, a little girl said, "A visitor is here." I got down and was greeted by some old friends that I had known for a long time. I didn't know them in this world, but in a place I've known In that place, I've known them for a long time. They invited me for dinner and showed me renovations of their house they had built right off the beach line. They were making pasta, so their son and I jumped into the ocean to catch some clams and mussels for dinner. We went into the kitchen and I helped them start preparing. I don't remember what happened afterward, but it was my favorite experience. I have a lot of friends in these different dimensions.
It's not easy.
You know?
Okay.
I wouldn't think astral projection sounds hard. I have a lot of friends in these different dimensions, and it's always nice seeing them when I leave this world at night. I don't remember who they are when I wake up, but the feeling that's left on me when I wake up is profound. I can't wait to see them again when I die. So, the final one, it was like a redacted name. Like the name was there before, but then like it said deleted. So I guess they deleted their whole profile, but the post was still there. And so this was a recent one. It says, I was a college student in 2015 and had my own 2-bedroom apartment that I could barely afford.
Of course.
Fucking know how that is here 11 years later.
Shit now.
I couldn't afford it actually with 2 different jobs. Anyways, I had taken a nap on the couch in the living room and I had woken up at some point. It must have been close to 2 p.m. What I remember is suddenly feeling everything shaking. To sense of direction was shaking, not my body.
What?
Maybe that's supposed to be because that's copy and pasted this. So the sense of direction was shaking.
You've been walking a lot.
Not
like,
my
where the
body.
fuck are you walking?
For some reason, I had fixated on the sound of the air conditioner in the kitchen window without actually hearing anything loud. It was extremely loud in my head. So, like, it wasn't actually loud, but it was like, you know, when you have like a migraine and everything is just like amplified, that I would think that's what he was talking about. It can feel like you're moving through a tunnel. Things seem to stretch into the distance in unison is the only way I can explain it. Before I knew it, halfway between myself and the air conditioner was what was making the noise. Everything was extremely loud in my head. I had gotten scared and snapped out of it and dismissed it as a dream. The other one is during a hospitalization for mental health.
No account.
Huh?
Oh, no account.
Oh, yeah, it didn't have an account. I had made an attempt on my life. Astral and death are the same thing, in his opinion. I had gotten angry enough with life that I had told the maker,
it's Lauren's place.
I'm going to show up on your doorstep and we're going to have a conversation. I had to spend all of my waking hours staring at the walls when I was inside of the mental health unit. A part of you eventually says, I'll go somewhere else in my mind to escape the endless hours staring at the ceiling lights and walls. Also, while dealing with your own emotional torment. At some point in my thoughts, I could see around myself. And then it occurred to me that my eyes are actually closed. So I opened my eyes and lost sight of what I was looking at before, which I now understand was astral projection, or at least the very beginning stages of it. Every time it happened, I always got scared and worried about what was happening, enough to snap me out of it. I am reading Robert Monroe's book at the moment. So Robert Monroe was the case study we had talked about prior. I'm going to begin practicing once I'm better since I was released from the hospital only a month ago. All I know is I'm going to get to the other side and talk to them by projection means. I'm also going to include DMT, my attempts. I don't know what that means. I have a long history with self-awareness, and I conclude that you are inside your pineal gland. Not penis gland. Your pineal gland is in your brain.
I know.
Okay, I was making sure.
It is.
I was like,
just the way you
we are
said
not.
it.
We are not in your pineal gland.
The way you said
We could be in your.
it said hell.
We could also be in hell. I don't know. Just need to give it what it needs. DMT. I don't know what DMT is, but he says it a lot through there.
You back off. Quit yelling at me, you bitch.
But yeah, it was like fascinating to learn about astral projection, especially like in those terms of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I thought like just the meditation, especially
you won't
like
understand.
from
help
monks.
me understand then.
Manifest.
Yeah, manifest. I don't know. But you know, like
Manifest then, bitch. I dare you.
When the monks meditate, like I thought it was just meditation. I didn't realize it was like astral projection. Like they were going places, and it's interesting to know that.
I forgive you.
It is probably not something I will ever consciously do. Because, like, the guy that we just got done talking about, I would also be scared. I would be scared of getting stuck. And I have too many people and things on planet Earth relying on me right now to do something like that and have my silver cord cut. It just seems like too much. But maybe one day.
Either that or have someone else take over your body.
Like, yeah. No. But that is that on that. Thank you guys again for listening. We truly appreciate it. Find us on patreon.com/haunted and homicidal. You know, you can support us there in our endeavors. Facebook.com/haunted and homicidal. And then again, you guys can always email us at hauntedandhomicidal@gmail.com. Sponsorships, brand deals, any kind of stories you guys want to hear, like specific stories, or even if you have your own experiences. We're really kind of trying to do like listener tales like once a month or something, but we need a bunch more information from you guys about your experiences. That way we can kind of make it a decent length of a podcast. So again, we appreciate you guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye.